What's up, everyone? Thanks for coming to my channel. Check out my video. Please subscribe, like, share, and all that good stuff. So today we're going to talk about my first ever wholesale deal. How I got it, how it happened, what I did, what I wish I would have did different. So I started back in 2018. Everybody knows I rage quit. I was a grease monkey, turned wrenches, and then I just got pissed off one day and quit. So my wife talked about wholesaling for a year, and I kept telling her it was a scam. I'm like, yeah, no, you can't buy a house, and no credit, no money, and then sell it or whatever. She's like, that's not what you're doing. You're putting it under contract and selling the contract. I'm like, yeah, that just sounds like a scam. So I didn't really pay much attention to her for a year. But then when the day I rage quit, and she told me about it, I'm like, hey, we need to figure out this wholesaling stuff. So I'm like, I guess I'm going to give it a go. I've always had the gift of gab and the bullshit. So I flipped cars for, a long time. So obviously I was good at negotiating people down, selling cars on the side that would fix up. So 3 days in, found it was a flood home on Facebook Marketplace. My wife seen it actually. And she's like, look at this flood home. I ran comps on it. She's like, it comes about 170, 175 ARV. And I'm like, okay. He wants 75,000. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a really good deal. There's already 100,000 spread. I was like, well, let me run comps. So, of course, I try to run comps and, watch videos, figure out how to run comps. And I came up with the same, 170, 175. I'm like, all right. So, I reached out to the dude. I was like, you still have the home? He goes, yep. So, I was like, would you take 50,000 cash? And that's exactly what I said. When he said, yep, I'm like, take 50,000 cash. I'll pay closing. He said, 55 and it's yours. I'm like, deal. What's an email? Send the contract to. I'll email one over 10, 20 minutes and we'll go from there. So, I sent him a contract. I used HelloSign.com. Some people like DocuSign. I used HelloSign. It was more user-friendly. Emailed him contract. I think I put $100 down as EMD. He signed it. I'm like, cool, can I meet you sometime at the house, tomorrow or something? Put a lockbox on it and put a key in it. That way I could come and, get contractors, give estimates, and clean up any of the mold from where it was a flood home. He's like, yeah, sure. So I met him. Cool dude. Worked at the DuPont plant down there along the river, the big power plant thing, DuPont refinery, whatever they're called. Not the river, the ocean, down in Mississippi on the coast. So anyways, he worked a lot of hours. He told me, he's like, I built this house with my ex-wife and I got a fiance, we're getting remarried. He goes, it flooded on me. And he goes, when I bought the land and built the house, it wasn't even in a flood zone. It's never been a flood zone. He goes, but they opened up the floodgates over in Alabama. And when they did that, all the little rivers that ran behind his house, which was really far. I mean, it was like half mile away behind his property was a little river. It flooded it and it hit his house. I'm like, dang. He goes, but she don't want to live in the house he had built for his ex-wife. So it's got to go. That's why he took such a low offer. He didn't even care. He's just going to cut his losses and go. I'm like, oh, okay. I assume, his flood, his insurance paid him because it wasn't a flood zone and it flooded, and I assume he got paid off insurance regardless for it happening. I don't know if he did or not, but he had a mortgage. It was like $32,000. So he was still going to walk away for over 20 grand after the deal. He put a lockbox, put a key on the door. Me, my wife, and son went through, and a couple days later, and we just cleaned up the mold because where it's set. We aired it out, put some fans, took bleach and whatnot, and just get the mold off the wall. So the pictures and video we did would it look near as bad. Cleaned up the trash because, it had trash and stuff. He still had a lot of stuff in the home, so we did the best we could of cleaning just to make it where it wasn't as bad. Like I said, it was our first wholesale deal, so we didn't know what to do. We were just trying to make the pictures look decent, so we did a little bit of grunt work. We still had no money in the deal, so I mean, other than just gas and a couple bucks and some cleaning supplies. So we did it, got pictures, did video, advertised it on Craigslist, local Facebook investor groups. Craigslist was where I actually ended up finding my cash buyer, but I'll get to that. I went to a local REI meetup, first one I ever went to. I told people about the deal. Guys were like, oh, that's just too far out there. Nobody's going to buy it. And, the numbers just don't make sense. Your repairs are going to be way high. By this time, I've already had 2 estimates. I actually had contractors come out and give me estimates because being new, I didn't know what to do. I just Googled, what I should do. And estimates between 20 and 25 on both contractors, 20 to 25,000. So I had the place up for sale at 85,000, and they're like, "Oh no, them estimates are wrong. These are two licensed contractors. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, unfortunately, you're just not going to be able to move that. So I got told at the RIA meeting by multiple investors and wholesalers. I'm like, okay, whatever. That just kind of made me mad because I felt like I was getting shade from all of them. So that just made me more determined. So I kept posting. And then a lady from Nevada or Arizona, one of them places, I can't remember, she moved here and she was looking for a house that she could fix up. She had money put back in her 401k or something, she said. And she came and looked at it and was like, yeah, let me think about it, I'll let you know. So she texted a couple hours after she looked at it. And which I told her, was like, I'm just helping the seller sell it. Like, that's what I'm doing. I connect, he don't have time, he don't do for orders, so I just try to find a cash buyer investor.